This is a work-life reading for the sun sign Taurus for the month of February. In this reading, I will be taking out cards to know how's the current job situation with Taurians and how's their ability or work seen by the external environment, their employer or their colleagues, and what is their strength they can work with and the challenges that may come up. Now in this reading with the spread I will also try to understand how's overall the work-life balance looking. So let us see what is the guidance from Tarot. Please note that this is a general reading and not everything will apply to all the Taurians, and whatever may apply will vary in the intensity. So the first question I'm asking is, how's your current job situation? Or if you're doing business, then how's currently your business doing? Next I'm asking is, what is your inner ability, or how skilled are you at doing your work, or how you deal with situations at work? Then I'm asking, how's the external environment responding to your effort or hard work, and how well do you get rewarded? Also, how the employees or colleagues respond to you. Then I'm asking, what is the strength you have at work and what are your challenges? So first of all, before I start to discuss each card and aspect, what is quite interesting to note is, out of the 5 cards, the 4 cards are in reverse. A reverse card in a career reading normally tells me that this is an unrealized potential. So Taurus, one very big sign which is coming from Tarot is, you are very capable and your potential is not yet exploited to the fully. So what you need to do is, you need to find where is it that you can really utilize your potential if it is not getting fully utilized at work. It does happen that sometimes work does not require your creative side, or it doesn't require your kind of accuracy at times that you may have. So you may want to really do something on your own also along with your job, because this is all about unrealized potential. So now let us see individually how the cards are. So when I ask how's your job situation or your business situation, I get a celebratory card. It's quite possible some of you are rejoicing or giving a treat to your friends for maybe some kind of promotion or accolade that you have received at work. So I am seeing generally a very celebratory card which is coming up in your job situation right now. If you are doing business, it's telling me you are making or doing good business because you're connecting very well with your clients. So there are a lot of, so you have a lot of reasons, Taurus, to celebrate. And to me, it's also saying some of you may be in a very good, emotionally satisfying job, not necessarily very well paying or not defined by what it is paying you, but more defined by your emotional satisfaction at where you are and what you're doing. People who are looking for a job, the guidance is you may want to really approach your close friends, because it to me it's looking like there will be a reason to celebrate, which means there is a job which could come to you because of reference. So you may really want to go out and reach out to your close friends and take their help in finding a job if you are looking for a job. Now, what is your inner ability, or intrinsically what are you made up of while doing work? So guidance here is Taurus. At times you may not wait for people. You may get the ball rolling. You may set the process in motion really. So it's telling me sometimes, Taurus, you may just get fed up from people and their lack of making decisions, and you may choose to do it alone. So that is one tendency you have, that sometimes you may just not wait, or you may even do the other person's work just to make sure that work happens on time. So it's telling me while you will do your share of work, you may also do your colleague's share of work only because you want it done on time, or maybe because you are part of the team, so you will pull extra weight. But it is in you that you want to make it success anyhow. So intrinsically, it is telling me sometimes this is how you land up doing work. It is also telling me that you may not really tell how you want to approach your work or share your goals with people freely. So it's also telling me you're quite guarded about the way you do work. So I am seeing, Taurus, you being quite discreet about how you go about doing your work. And it is possible that sometimes you're discreet as well as you're pulling extra weight, doing more than what is your share. So it's telling me you may be very drained out with this energy, because if you're working without really sharing much, it's looking like you don't complain much. Even if in team you don't get along, your idea is to anyhow make it happen. And sometimes to you it may mean even doing the other person's work. So it's telling me that even at times when you may not get along in team, so some people may choose to complain and wait for a resolution. You may not even do that. You may just keep it to yourself and go ahead and do other person's work also, because you're so committed to getting the work done. So one thing you should look at doing, Taurus, since it looks like quite internal to you, you may not want to be so focused on just doing it anyhow, because you can finish one more person's extra work maybe, but what if two people refuse to do their work? So somewhere you will need to be kind on yourself and then put up your hands and say you need help. So how's the external environment receiving your hard work, or how well do you get rewarded? So, what people like about you is you don't throw surprises when you do the work. There are no surprises with you. Your work is so rooted and grounded, and everyone can see progress as a day goes by. It isn't like one fine day you land up with all the work done, and then suddenly people know that, oh, okay, he's finished some work. So you are someone who works and has a lot of work to display on a daily basis. So there are no surprises with you. So what people like is the external environment. They believe and they trust that you are very, very reliable and you will deliver it. That you will perform what is given to you and you are going to deliver it. One more suggestion which is coming is that sometimes, Taurus, you could be so grounded in the way you do your work. You may not take a creative thought or you may not want to accept a new idea. So you may want to change that energy of not wanting to accept a new idea. Feel free to experiment a little. So, of course, you can't drastically start becoming creative. If you like to be grounded and predictable and see every day how the progress is and go with tried and tested, it's totally fine. But here is the energy which is saying you have potential which is huge and you will be very heavily rewarded if you can bring in a bit of more creativity. So it's telling me that people on the external world, which could be your employer, your colleagues, if you're doing business, then your business partners, vendors, they will absolutely be in awe with what you can deliver if you can bring in bit more creativity. So that is the suggestion for you, Taurus, of how the external world responds to you. First of all, they know that you're reliable and you will get the work done. Only if you can bring in more creativity, you can create a multiplier to the work you're doing. So it's like if you do an X amount of work, you probably get an X amount of reward. But if you can bring in a bit of new design and concept into what you're doing, you can make that X reward into 2x, 3x, totally depends on you. Now, what are your strengths? So, one of your strength is you, even though you may have some conflicts that you may be working on, or conflicts from people that you get, you don't turn your face away from the project or assignment. You handle pretty much your work and delivery requirements as much you handle your conflicts. So one guidance in the tarot is, if this is your strength, you can do much better if you were to get rid of these swords, which means the conflict. So you may not want to give so much importance to the conflict that may be there at workplace sometimes. It's just saying get rid of that conflict. So even if you get that conflict, you may not want to really pay so much attention or take it to your heart. So your strength is really you can handle both very well. The work that needs to be done and the conflict that is at hand. But you can do much better if you had both your hands free and you were not handling conflict on the other side. So the only guidance is that whatever you may be doing, don't carry that conflict with you. You may not want to really carry it through, see it through, and then deal with it in your emotional space. You may just want to get rid of this source totally. And one way to do it is to not pay that much attention to it in the first place. Now, what are the challenges at workplace that you can face in the month of February? So, one of the challenge or unknowingly what you could land up doing is not take advice from someone who knows it very well or who can guide you better. So the reason we do tarot is so that we can get an insight in what is likely to happen in future. So if it is telling us that you may miss taking a guidance or mentorship from someone who's very well aware in February, you may want to focus on this energy and really go and consciously take a guidance and mentorship from someone who knows very well about the kind of job or business you are doing. People who are looking for job, so your journey for searching a job will be much easier and smoother if you can just forget about the reason why you quit your previous company or any baggage that you may be carrying with you about your previous experience. It's just telling me that some of you may just not be able to move on or search a new job because you have not made peace with what has happened in the previous job if you are unemployed and looking for a job. And you need to have faith that sometimes unemployment or not having a job is a bliss. So if you see this woman is actually going on a boat to some place, and what she's doing wrong is while she can keep her face, her head is also bent if you see. So it's looking like she's sitting in the boat and staring at her feet with lot of swords which are obstructing her view. Now, if you're looking for a job, one thing you should do is raise your face or raise your chin and face the sky and the sun, which means be positive and remove the conflict so that it doesn't obstruct your view of the opportunities ahead. So this is a very strong guidance. So as you take a journey of moving from a place of where you don't have a job, this is for people who don't have jobs, Taurians who don't have job. So from taking a journey of not having a job and wanting to go to a place or a space where you have a job, you should first get rid of these swords. This lady only has to throw these swords in the sea or probably remove them and keep them in the boat, whatever she wants to do with them. But these swords clearly don't deserve to be in front of her and blocking her view. So it's just telling me that some of you, your worry could be obstructing your positivity in searching the job. So first of all, you need to cheer up, keep your chin to the sun and enjoy the positivity and look for opportunities by removing all your concerns and worries that you may be bringing from your past job experience. Also, if you're looking for a job, another guidance is you may just want to find a mentor or someone senior enough in the industry or in the business who can just handhold you or guide you right or get you introduced to people who can give you a break. So you may really want to explore that side as well. People who are looking for a job change, which means if you're currently working and you're looking for a job change, it's just looking like there is a bit more time before you can find a good opportunity to come your way. And the reason for that is so many reversed cards, which is telling me that you're not realizing your true potential. So once you're able to look within and trust your potential and what you're capable of, opportunities should just open up to you. Overall, the job scenario and the work life is looking good. It's telling me you are in a very celebratory state in the month of February. Your job should be doing very well. So this is your reading, Taurus, for work life for the month of February.